Hi, my name is Victoria Ochoa. I'm going to be talking about Ebola. Ebola is a deadly disease caused by a virus that is very rare. There are only 5 strains of Ebola. 4 affect humans, and the other one affects animals such as chimpanzees, monkeys, and bats. Um, I want to talk about the symptoms of Ebola. Some of the symptoms are like the more common ones are fever, headache, muscle pains, and the chills. Later on, they might experience like coughing up blood or vomiting blood. But some people may experience different things such as chest pains, abdominal pains, joints, and muscle pain. Um, and some of those might vary. People are experiencing different things. Um, and then also, they also get the chills. I've already said that before. They get dehydrated, fever, loss of appetite, and they like to people will sweat a lot, um, and they also get diarrhea, nausea, um, and they also vomit blood. Um, some common things are the coughing up blood, eye redness, headache, mental confusion at first, and they get red spots on their skin, and they get a really sore throat from coughing up the blood. So the next picture I'm going to show you is the actual virus. So here's the virus. This is what it looks like at a microscopic level. So this disease may seem really scary, but it obviously, I said at the beginning, it's very rare to come in contact with. Uh, you can only contact this disease with direct um, contact with another person that has it or an animal that had it. It is spread to people by contacting with skin or bodily fluids, such as sneezing on them or coughing on them. It can be spread like that. And on the next picture I'm going to show you, this one over here on the right side, it shows how it was transferred from bats to deer, and then from deer to chimpanzees, and then from the chimpanzees to humans, or from or directly through bats, or however it went through, but it went from animals to humans, and that's how people contracted it. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of Ebola. So, in 1976, Ebola was first introduced to the world, and it affected 284 people in Sudan, and it had a mortality rate of 53%. And a few months later went by, and then another strain of Ebola popped up, and this was in Zari. This one affected 318 people with a mortality rate of 88%. After this, scientists tried to do research about it, but they couldn't find anything else. They didn't have the technology nowadays, so it was harder for them, and they couldn't identify it. So the next strain that infected, it didn't infect people, it infected monkeys. And so the monkeys were being transported from, let me see real quick, Ruston, I can't pronounce it, but that place, and to the Philippines. And only a few people got it, but they didn't get the actual virus. They just got the symptoms, and luckily they caught it on time before they actually got it. And that's why I put the pictures of the monkey below, because those are the types of monkeys that were being transported at the time. The next thing I want to talk about is these 2 women right here. These 2 women were the, I believe, second and third cases, I want to say, in the United States that were infected by the Ebola virus after Duncan Duncan His name was Eric Duncan. He was first the first Ebola patient in the United States at the time. Um, he was visiting Dallas with his family, and he ended up going to the hospital with these symptoms and was diagnosed with Ebola. Um, he passed away due to Ebola on October 8th. Um, but right after that, these two women contracted the disease from taking care of that man. Both of them are still alive today. Uh, and the woman on the top left, on the left side, her name is Amber Venison, and the woman on the right is Nina Pham. They both ended up, surviving. Um, and so yeah, there's videos out there of them. That's the picture on the right of Nina. So some of their treatments, they don't really have a treatment for Ebola yet, um, because of you know they do, but it's not FDA approved yet. So the only way that they can treat um Ebola as of right now is through you know supportive care and given by a professional, and they have to do balancing fluids, electrolytes, maintaining oxygen and blood pressure, um, treating um, and that's basically what they do. They can't really do anything else. So since they don't have any medical, or they don't even have any vaccinations for this disease, hopefully very soon they will be able to come out with these treatments, because in Africa they are still battling Ebola, because of how poor people are and how they can't afford medical treatments and stuff. So all of these people in Africa are struggling with this disease. Um, but yes, and then in the next page are my sources that I've cited. Um, so I've had a good time doing this. Hope y'all have a good rest of your day. I had fun in this class. Thank you.